Okay. Learning lyrics. So, step one, have the lyrics written out. It's probably better if you write them out in your own handwriting, because then that's one time that you had to repeat them. And also, you want to make sure they're correct. So, if you get them off the internet, listen to it while you have the lyrics in a Word document or something, and make sure everything's right. You don't want to memorize the lyrics wrong. So, you have your lyrics printed out, and then you also want to have another separate piece of paper because we're going to keep covering the lyrics over while we're recalling them. I think you could also close your eyes like each time you recall a line of lyrics, but then you would sort of train yourself to be recalling with your eyes closed, and I think your brain is in a kind of a different state when your eyes are closed. It's less distracted. Um, there was some math I could only do with my eyes closed before, so uh, that's a theory. You could actually test it out if you wanted. I don't know. So anyway, we're gonna have it this way: piece of paper. So the idea is lots of recall without looking, because that's what you're training yourself to do. So I look here and I see the first line: childhood living is easy to do. So that's pretty easy, but I would cover it over and I would try to say it out loud from memory. Childhood living is easy to do. Then I might sing it the way it's supposed to be. Childhood living, etc. And I might say it really fast. Childhood living is easy to do. And basically the idea, I think, is once you can say the line without looking at it, then you should do it maybe 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 different ways, just to kind of smooth it out. And also, I think doing it in different ways, not necessarily the ways I just said, but like keeping it fresh and upbeat, like this process will make you seem like less of a robot, and you'll actually like maybe enjoy doing it. Like try to say it different ways each time, the different lines. So anyway, you want to go through each line and do that. You look at it, cover it over, and then say it. The things I wanted. See, I forgot that line because I was thinking about other things. The things you wanted, I bought them for you. Okay, good. The things you wanted. So anyway, you get the idea. You go through each line of the verse that you're working on and do this to it. Then you're going to start coupling the lines like this. Now you look at 2 lines and then cover the sheet and try to say those 2 lines without seeing it. And you might do the same thing where you sing it the real way once, say it really fast once. I think the saying it really fast is a good idea. I'm not sure why yet, but I think it is. So anyway, you would look at the first 2 lines, cover it, and then say it from memory a bunch of times. Then look at the second 2 lines, cover it, say it from memory a bunch of times. And you would do that. And then if the song is long enough, then you would do it again with this. And then then you would get to a point where you just sing all the lyrics to all the whole verse. Now, yay, easy. But what's going to happen is you'll be trying to recall these 2 lines, and you'll sing this one because the lines kind of hang together generally, and you won't remember the next line. You'll be like, what the heck is this next line? So if you look at the lyrics I sent, like let's say I had this one that said, I know I dreamed you a sin and a lie. I have my freedom, but don't have much time. So I could be like, sin and a lie. What's the next line? I don't know. So then I would look here, and I would see sin and a lie. I have my freedom is the next thing. So I would then just practice going from the very end of the line that I remembered to the beginning of the line I didn't. So like, lie I have, lie I have. So that's like there was no connection between those 2, and that's why I forgot. Like the syntax of the individual lines usually hangs together if you remember the first word or 2, then you'll be able to say the whole thing. But then you get to the end of the line and you're like, what's the next line? So you want to form kind of a link, which just goes, so like you could just be like, sin and a lie, I have my freedom. That's my link. Sin and a lie, I have my freedom. Sin and a lie, I have my freedom. Do that a bunch of times without looking at it, and then try to maybe expand just still without looking at it. So you're then singing and saying those two lines without looking at the paper. And this is just sort of like how you're troubleshooting if you get to the end of a particular line and then you blank. So you're doing this link. And let's see, I'm just looking at the notes here. I think that's all I have for loading it in. So the basic idea is just practicing recall. You look, cover, and recall, and then you build up, so you're coupling it with lines. And as we know, true to the end, it's not going to take too long to get the whole thing. And I think the linking from the end, so another example like pain, now you decided, so like I just go pain now, pain now, pain now, pain now. So I'm just kind of like driving in the really hard part, which is joining the lines together. I think that's a crucial part of getting the whole thing memorized in one sitting. Okay.